Another great functional feature of the Enterprise Studio over the open source is the concept of joblets. Joblets allow the encapsulation of functionality that can be shared amongst many different designs. So to illustrate that, within my studio, under job designs, just like in the open source you have standard, but in the enterprise you also have joblets. Underneath here we have clients 2DB. This joblet encapsulates the functionality of some ambiguous input run into a T-map that does a lookup. If that lookup fails, those bad rows of data go to the stewardship output, and the good rows are inserted into the database. Now, if we want to know which jobs are incorporating this functionality, we'll right-click on the joblet itself, call up the impact analysis. This will show us all the jobs that have this particular joblet as part of their functionality. When I right-click on that particular joblet, I can quickly open it. And you can see that the functionality here is performed after querying some rows out of the stewardship console that people have fixed, running it through the same process. So even if the human erred in the stewardship, it will find them and put them back out. We can also look at the original job, which is just pulling the clients out of a CSV. But it doesn't matter what the input source is, they will be going into the joblet for the functionality. Joblets are quite easy to create and use. If you don't want to start from scratch, you can take any job design that you have, rubber band the components that you're interested into regrouping into the sub-functionality, right-click, refactor into Joblet, give it a name, and Talend takes care of the rest. Now that it's refactored, you can see that it now appears into my Joblet category here. If we go back to the original design, you can see that that functionality now is referenced to the Joblet itself. It now also appears over my palette so that I can drag and drop it into any design. So quite easy to create. And lastly, Joblets are very easy to use. So let's just grab this rest state lookup, which calls out to bring back the states of the United States. And let's just run them into a T-log row. Just have to right-click on it, choose the output into the log row, and let's execute this so that we can see the listing. And finally, we have the listing of the different states that comes from that service. So joblets are a great way of encapsulating functionality. They're part of the repository, so you get to share them amongst everybody using the repository. Great way to collaborate, and an important piece of functionality in an enterprise and provided by the Talend Studio.